Hey guys, this is Alex from 4C Trading, and last night we had quite a drop in the markets, right? We tested some deep levels on Bitcoin, but luckily for us, not too deep yet. So we will do a little bit of analysis on Ethereum today, and also tomorrow we will do a little bit broader analysis on the stream, right? So we will do Bitcoin dominance, Ethereum dominance, Bitcoin in detail, and maybe Ethereum a little bit more in detail as well. But now let's just kind of see what's happening on Ethereum, what happened last night, right? So on the daily, let's just start off on the daily. As you can see, because Ethereum extended itself so much, we haven't really created any structures on this whole way up on daily, right? The only structure we could possibly see is gonna be hidden in here. As you can see, there are like two candles in this one. But for us to lose any major areas in this sort of case, you would have to go all the way down here, which you see it is already at $700. Obviously, if that was to happen, that we will get such a huge pullback, we definitely don't want to wait all the way down to $700 for us to kind of find a hedge, right? Hedge position or short position in this case. Just for, you gotta be protecting yourself at the end of the day. You can't be only exposed to longs, and then, if the market flips over, you're gonna get heavily wrecked if that is the case. So now, scooching over to like lower time frames will probably give us some information on how we can approach this sort of hedge positions, right? And going right down on the lower time frame, and this time around it is on 4 hour, we can still see that we are holding the main areas, right? We just tested this main area of this created structure that we have made on lower time frames, actually not on higher, right? But on lower time frames, because on higher time frames, we, as you can saw before, we pumped way too fast for us to create anything, right? Now we are getting this kind of a definition of a structure here, which tested just about the middle of the box right now, which kind of gives us now multiple positions that we can play with, right? So one of the positions right now is you're holding this area, right? So what you can do is go on the lower time frames and find yourself a long position to go with it, right? A long position that would in this case look like something like this. Would be looking like something like this. You wanted to test it around here with the stop loss a little bit, not under the low of the candles. No need to be stretching it that far, because the most of the reasons are, if you move anything under this, you're most likely going to be wrecked. So you just leave it a little bit of a breathing space just around here, and that's a bit it. That's about it, right? And the first profit take in this case, if we are partaking in this scalp, as should have been said, it already has to be located here. Already has to be located here, quite near the first one. And this is actually the second main area, but it's not as a main area. It is more likely a main area for the lower time frames. So if you stretch it all the way to up here, you can see it's 1.8 R or 8.7%. As you can see, right, the entry would then be around $180, and the stop loss, sorry, the target would be $1,172, right, and with the stop loss under 1,027. That would be the main target. And obviously, if we then go, we would then participate, or should say, we would then think on higher time frames that we are still in bullish continuation, which we still have chances of doing. So our second profit day would then be right back on the top, right back there where you want us to break the new top, and that would bring us all the way up to 22% on 4.8 R or $1,318, right? And the secondary target, or should I say the third target in that case, would then be all the way up here, right? So you don't really have a system, right, to define how far you should have holded it, right? But it's still a continuation of the bull market, so you're still good holding the position, right? That is number one of the scalp that you can currently take. But what we are more interested in this time around is to find some hedge shorts, right? Because we have a lot of positions riding into our long positions, right? So yes, if we are taking this this hedge, right, or should I say, if you're taking this long scalp, well, we could as well be taking a hedge short, right? And in this case, we have a couple of positions where we can take short, and sometimes it's even easier for you to flip a chart during those cases, so you can kind of better see those short. And if I flip it around right now, and I'm seeing the kind of structure that I've created, and I've deleted the long right here. So as you can see that you have created this kind of a structure. So right now, if you flip the chart over, you can basically be seeing that there's a one short located right here. Could be one of the short areas, or one of the aggressive short areas, which could also be used as a TP that which have just taken on our scalp, can be used here as well. Now again, there are several things that you have to observe in this case, right? So this one is the aggressive one, right? So this one, in this case, we would mostly be taking this area if this area would have been lost at, right? So if we closed underneath this area, we lost this area, right? I would be taking my shorts a little bit more aggressively already up here. But since we haven't, I could go for the safer option yet again. And now if I do choose to go for a safer option, let us see what kind of things are we having in store with us, right? And again, my chart is flipped around, guys. This is inverse chart, right? So that's why it might look a little bit weird to you right now. But if you look at it, I'm gonna flip it around right back over. We don't need it. So yeah, as you can see, the first position is quite a juicy one, right? I mean, we are talking about a 4% stop loss at the moment, right? 4% stop loss. If this turns out to be a short-term top, then that's definitely a pretty nice stop loss, right? It's not too thick. It's really well done, to be honest, right? So now you're taking the first profit take in the first area that you can find, and it's again the same area that we are taking our profit from the longs, right? And it's located right here on $1,180, right? And you can see your entry is 1,300, around there, right? With a stop loss above 1350. So yes, the first profit take, again, it's gonna be the same kind of what you had on long, 1.9R or 8.2%, but again, you have a lot of possibilities then coming down. So the secondary profit take, let me just delete this, secondary profit take is then gonna be located all the way down here. Yes, all the way down here. It's gonna be 4.2R or 18%, or at the $1,050, right? And I still, excuse my throat a little bit, guys. I'm still pretty much sick with COVID, so yeah, I mean, it does take a little bit of reflection. So yes, and if that all of that passes, now we are then going to look for the last profit take, and we have to look for it a little bit deep, right? Because the last one will most likely give us some refill positions, but we definitely, for the last one, you have to be looking at for to take a deep, right? And in this case, I'm gonna move all this line, and this is your last profit take, right? This is the last profit take that we will do, because we do expect our reaction here, even though if it goes, as I said, if it starts going closing under it, a good chances are that the bull market here is going to be looking very poor if that tends to happen. But it's also the best kind of position where you would want to target your short for the last TP, because you will probably get a reaction here which is going to pull back and give you some more opportunities to take these hedge positions, right? So this is some sort of a spot you should definitely be looking for, right? So going back in, you can see that the last profit take would then be for 9.8R or 42.9%, and yes, that one is located all the way down to on $740, right? So yeah, it is definitely a big pullback. And this is pretty much how I would play this one, right? So I can also explain this one in a hurry, so that the video is not too long. But yes, I mean, if we were looking for a very aggressive position, which in this case it might not be still a good idea, but again, you know, it could potentially work out as well, you would have to be placing your stop loss right above here, which is around right here, which is around as you can see, about 5.8%, almost on 6th percentile, right? With the first profit take, again, exactly here. So again, even though as you look at it, the trade is still 2R or 12%, so it's still naturally pretty much worth it, right? It would still be worth it. And then for the last profit take, in this case, again, I would go here for the last profit take, because I would be rebuying the bounce back, right? I would be rebuying the pullback with some more hedge positions, right, to extend my position some further. And that would be then 6.2R and 36% on the entire trade. So yeah, I mean, looking at it from the second perspective, this trade is still a very good trade. I'm just not too sure, because we haven't really lost this area, if it's still if it's a good idea to still play. I do think it would be kind of a FOMO short at this moment, right? I mean, I might be wrong with this spot, we will see by tomorrow, but I do think I'm going to go for with a safer option, and if I'm wrong in this case, right, I will just find another short option on it, right? So yes guys, please do subscribe to our channel, like the video, right, share it with your friends, right, and also comment something down below what you would like to be seeing in the future ones, right? And thank you for watching guys, we will be seeing each other in the next one.